Desert. The Danakil Depression in Ethiopia is like standing on the floor of hell. Temperatures soar above 50 degrees Celsius. Pools of acid bubble and volcanic gases choke the air. Even your shoes melt faster here. If you walked in unprepared, your body would rebel instantly. Your sweat would vanish before it even cooled you, leaving your skin dry and burning. Your blood would thicken as water drained out of you, making your heart pound like an overworked engine. Salt crystals would form on your skin, stinging like tiny blades. You'd think no one could last, but the Afar people do. Their diets are packed with salty, mineral-rich foods that would kill outsiders, yet their kidneys handle it with ease. Their sweat glands conserve water, their cells cling to fluid, and their bodies adapt to dehydration like a camel in human skin. Even the air heavy with sulfur would send most lungs into a coughing fit. But Afar lungs learn to tolerate it, making them resistant to irritation that would cripple outsiders. Living here doesn't just toughen you, it re-engineers you. The desert trains people to endure fire, becoming humans who walk in furnaces where others collapse. Ocean. The ocean looks peaceful from the shore, but beneath it's a silent battlefield. Pressure squeezes your chest like a vice, your ears feel ready to explode, and after half a minute without air, panic claws at your brain. 2 minutes in, your body would shut down, drowning you in silence. But if you were Bahau, water is your birthright. Diving since childhood, your spleen would grow massive, about 50% larger than most people's. That organ works like a scuba tank inside your body, flooding your blood with oxygen every time you dive. Most people feel an unbearable need to breathe when carbon dioxide rises in the blood. But Bajau brains are trained to mute that alarm. You'd feel calm while others thrash in terror. Even your eardrums would adapt, ruptured on purpose to stop painful pressure from holding you back. You'd think human lungs are too fragile. But Bajau divers stay underwater for 10 minutes at a time, hunting fish with nothing but a wooden spear. Imagine walking on the seafloor while everyone else gasps at the surface. The ocean doesn't drown them, it turns them into living aquamen. Jungle. The Congo rainforest is alive and it doesn't want you there. The air is heavy and wet. Your clothes cling like glue and every insect seems built to drain your blood. Dehydration creeps in and exhaustion drags you down. But the Mbuti pygmies belong here. Their small, compact bodies lose less water and heat, making them efficient in the jungle's furnace. Their size lets them slip through dense brush like shadows, where taller outsiders get tangled. Food is hidden above, high in bee-filled trees. But fear doesn't stop them. Climbing vines, hacking footholds, they reach hives and take honey while others starve. You'd think being small is a weakness, but in the jungle, it's stealth, efficiency, and survival. The forest doesn't smother them, it cloaks them. Arctic. The Arctic is a frozen desert where the air slices like knives. At minus 40 degrees Celsius, exposed skin freezes in minutes. Blood vessels in your hands and feet shut down, leaving them to die so your core can live. Hypothermia confuses your brain until you start stripping clothes in deadly delusion. But the Inuit thrive here. Their bodies are shorter and stockier, conserving heat like natural thermoses. Instead of the usual white fat, they carry brown fat, a special tissue that burns calories directly into heat. It's like having tiny furnaces under your skin. Their metabolism blazes almost twice as fast as most people's, fueled by fatty fish and seal meat. And their blood keeps flowing into their fingers and toes, protecting them from frostbite while outsiders lose entire limbs. You'd think fire is mankind's only defense, but the Inuit carry fire inside. Even their children develop resistance early. An infant Inuit burns calories faster in the cold than an adult visitor. Their very cells burn like stoves, turning the Arctic from a graveyard into a home. Mountain. The Andes stretch into the clouds, but above 4,000 meters, the air betrays you. Oxygen is scarce, your lungs ache, and your head pounds like a drum. Push further and your body fills with fluid. Your brain swells and altitude sickness leaves you on your knees. But the Andean highlanders don't suffocate here. They thrive. Their blood is rich with hemoglobin, binding oxygen tighter and carrying it where air is thin. Their chests are broad, giving lungs more room to pull in what little oxygen exists. Their hearts beat with steady power, and pumping life into every corner of the body. Even unborn babies adapt. Andean mothers send more oxygen through the placenta, protecting children before they even breathe. Generations of life in the high mountains carved humans into oxygen titans, living where visitors collapse. And their culture reflects it too. ritual dances, farming on mountain terraces, and long treks at dizzying heights. Their lungs and blood don't just let them survive, they let them thrive, making high trails feel like ordinary streets. River. In parts of South America, rivers hide a silent killer: arsenic. The water is clear, but inside it's death. Stomach pain, blackened skin, cancer's eating at you slowly. One sip for outsiders and the poison begins its work. But the Uru people survive. Their secret lies in the AS3MT gene, a mutation that supercharges their detox system. Instead of letting arsenic linger, their bodies flush it out quickly through urine. It's like having an industrial water filter built into your kidneys. Where outsiders drink death, they drink life. Their cells resist what should destroy them, and the river sharpens them into human filters. Tropic environment. The tropics are beautiful, but they're also dangerous. At dusk, the air buzzes with mosquitoes, tiny flying needles carrying parasites that can slip into your blood. Those parasites cause malaria, a disease that attacks your red blood cells. It multiplies inside them until the cells burst, clogging your blood vessels and leaving you shaking with fever, sweating, and sometimes slipping toward coma or death. You'd think our blood is defenseless, but in much of tropical Africa, people developed hidden armor inside their very DNA. One example is the sickle cell gene. Normally, red blood cells are round and flexible, but with one copy of this gene, your cells can bend into a sickle, a curved banana-like shape, when stressed. This shape is bad news for the malaria parasite. It can't live well inside a twisted cell. The result? You survive while the parasite dies. Another shield is called the Duffy null mutation. Think of it like a locked door. The malaria parasite Plasmodium vivax usually gets into blood cells by knocking on a specific door, a receptor on the cell. But in people with this mutation, the door doesn't exist. The parasite knocks, but no one answers. It can't get in, and you stay safe. There's also something called G6PD deficiency. It sounds harmful, and sometimes it is, but here it helps. It makes red blood cells produce more stress inside, like a harsh environment. Malaria parasites hate stress, so they can't survive in those cells. But armor always has a price. If someone inherits 2 copies of the sickle cell gene, the red blood cells twist too much, blocking blood flow and causing painful health problems. You'd think that makes the mutation only a curse. But here, having just 1 copy is a winning strategy, a razor-thin trade-off that turns a flaw into a weapon. The tropics forced evolution to play chess, and over thousands of years, human blood learned how to fight back. Space. There is no up or down. Fluids rush to your head, your face puffs, your legs thin, and your spine stretches so you grow a little taller. Your stomach flips, sleep turns odd, and your muscles try to idle. You'd think that would break you, but your body rewires fast. A gentle push with one finger becomes a smooth glide as you learn to steer with tiny moves of hips and wrists. Your brain builds a clear 3-dimensional map of every module, and you slip through hatches at the perfect angle. Daily resistance work forges an anchor core so you can hold position and tighten a bolt without drifting. Slow breaths and checklists turn alarms into focus. Closed loops turn sweat and breath back into water, so scarcity teaches discipline. Then the window changes you. 16 sunrises in a day make Earth feel like one place. Small problems shrink and purpose grows. Space bends your body, then hands you new abilities.